What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Cancer, especially on your birthday today. And it keeps us growing. Cancer, I tell you, the energy is just not going to stop. And for those of you who are new, brace yourselves. No, I'm kidding. Welcome. I'm happy our stuff has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. And as just a little special shout out there to a really good old buddy of mine. Happy birthday, David. Now, the purpose of this channel. Enough about him. But with this channel, this is for those of you who have Cancer in your placement. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, wherever, Cancer. This one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based upon our ruler here, the good old moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void of courses, all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so y'all aware, I tell you, kids, it's like the energy's just getting bigger. Just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a 1-to-1. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Oh, Cancer, I move. Sidebar, I've moved my mouse and now I can't. This is silliness. Okay, the Cancer. I just want to share all the tea with you today. But guess what? Your space has been cleansed. Gems. Feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And it's an interesting energy, Cancer, because the moon is in Scorpio today. And with the moon being in Scorpio, this is a tricky placement for the moon because the moon is technically in fall in Scorpio. And that's just because, thank you. That's only because, Scorpio, where we have a lot of similarities in Scorpio, we both are very emotional signs, but it's just like where we feel a lot, Scorpio can feel a lot, but it's just like they feel things on like a deeper degree. So you may notice that, Cancer, that your just emotions feel a little more intense, or that because Scorpio's like the detectives of the zodiac, so you may even feel like you're just like wanting to get down to like because especially with the way that we feel, Cancer, is just like you may want to try to get, not necessarily invade people's play or spaces, but it's just like, there's this like level of mystery that just kind of comes on to you, Cancer, and you just want to discover the hidden realms and things, because Scorpio, they're associated with the 8th house, and that deals with like, can deal with the mysterious, the occult, things along those natures. But it is also great energy for, transformation as well, and the resilience that you gain from that transformation, Cancer. And this is something too, and that's really kind of pairs well with the wax and gibbous phase that the moon is in, well, because Scorpio is the fixed water sign. When they're on something, they're on it. And with the wax and gibbous, this is about clarifying your direction and your intention. We're getting close to the finish line there. Hopefully, whatever this thing that you may have been either working on letting go, or maybe that you're incorporating into your lives, is really starting to solidify here. So now that we're getting close there, just making any sort of last minute adjustments or refining anything along those lines. See, and pay attention to how you observe, or observe how you feel, Cancer, with whatever this is that you have been embarking on. Has this been raising your vibration to the roof? Are we operating a lot differently, more efficiently? However that may be looking, Cancer, but definitely pay attention to those energies. And then last few things. These readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situation. And the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some readers that I like watching, Cancer, a very great group, so definitely check them out. But let's go ahead and get your general energy of the day here, Cancer, which is, look at you. I love it when we're kicking it in the library, Cancer, because you got the 8th card of Capricorns here, which is the library card. Oh. Cancer. I'm kidding. With this card. This is a card of knowledge, learning, history, information, research, books, pastime, archives, hidden, documents, search, secrets, looking beneath the surface, author, reading, and writing. So it's interesting, Cancer. You know, I guess it's appropriate that we're in this Scorpio energy here, because there does feel like that maybe for some of you, maybe there's this hidden aspect that's kind of popping out to me with this card, and I'm not sure if this is something that maybe we're looking for some. This could be maybe we're searching for some documents, as far as like maybe we're trying to get some. Because I was actually just talking with someone about this, or like trying to get their birth chart and trying to get their birth time and things, but they didn't have their like birth certificate or couldn't find their stuff. So that might be something. Maybe we're looking into some documents like that, or maybe we're trying to just find some. I mean, this can almost feel like that we're trying to find some information in secret, possibly, Cancer. Not in not like a malicious type of way, but it's just like it almost feels like that maybe we're. I don't know if it's something necessarily that's been kept secret from you, Cancer, but there's something here that maybe we've been meaning to look a little deeper into. Maybe it's something that we kind of glossed off in the past or something along those lines, and maybe something resonated with you in a way. You just happen to be, maybe you're walking by the block and you just happen to see a sign for something. You're just like, wait a minute, I didn't. That's weird that about that one thing. You know, like something along those lines, Cancer. It's like there's something in your into like your spidey sense. Well, I guess your Scorpio senses are tingling in the sense of just like. That's interesting, Cancer. That's one way to spend it in the library. Let's get some let's get some tarot on this and get some more details. Let's get to the beneath the surface of this. So how we can work with these energies. Because for some, maybe this could be like maybe like a family history thing, or just like a All right, Cancer. Let's see what we got here. All right, Cancer. So you have the Magician here, the Five of Swords, the Fool, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Wands. And it's interesting, Cancer, because it seems like that there's something here with the Five of Wands that's been, maybe there's been in the Five of Swords. Maybe there's been something here on our minds for our. It feels like yeah, there's been something that maybe has been on your mind for a while that's been kind of. And it seems to be called, I don't know, it's like one of those things that like maybe we try not to think about it, but it seems like that there's like. Let me get a little bit more on this Five of Swords here, Cancer. Alright, so the Five of Swords is clarified by by the Judgment card, the Four of Swords, and then the Five of Cups here, Cancer. And it's interesting, Cancer. It's like there's something here that maybe we've been. And again, this doesn't feel like that it's some sort of like necessarily if like a relationship thing, for example. Could be that if we're taking it as it resonates, because it just seems like that maybe we've been. It's like we've been looking for something to change us, or looking for something that's going to bring you to the state of peace. You know, it feels like that with the Five of Swords. It's like maybe we've been trying to. It's almost like we're maybe overcompensating in the sense of like trying to say that we're fine, that we have everything handled in this appearance to others, but in a sense it doesn't. It's very interesting. It's almost like our actions don't match our words. It's like we're saying everything's fine, but then there's this state of almost like a little bit of self-destruct here, Cancer. And this could be maybe, and this not necessarily has to be you. Maybe this is someone that we're dealing with. You know, that it's an interesting sense of disappointment here, Cancer. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's just like we're trying to get down to almost like the source of that. You know, why is this thing happening? You know, so that we can change this thing, so that we can help. Either again, this could be you or this could be another person. It's just like, how can we get out of this? It's almost like there's something maybe that's even like blocked on like a subconscious level, Cancer. Very interesting. Maybe like certain things that we may be kind of creating ourselves here with like the Magician card popping up. But it almost feels like, because that's interesting too, the Magician and the Fool. This is Mercury and Uranus, and Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. And it feels like that there's something here, like maybe, again, maybe this is like a habit or something, or like a thing that like a trend or something that we keep doing, that like it seems like that every time we do it, it's just like we reset again or something along those lines, Cancer. You get so far and then like bam, reset, you know, back 2 steps forward, 10 steps back type of energy. And it's like we're trying to find the source of why that may be, you know, really kind of doing a deep dive, or finding more, doing some kind of soul searching here, Cancer. And that might be what we need to do. Like, it's very interesting energy, Cancer. I'm not sure if this is something where maybe this is like the example that I'm kind of getting is like, if we were to go out for like a party or something like along those lines. You know, we've been having a maybe you've been having a real kind of tough time, and you know, we're meeting up with some friends, we have a few drinks, we're having a good time, and then we have that one that puts you over here. You see how our cups are spilling, and then you know someone spilling cups, and then next thing you know, there's this anger, there's this conflict that's brewing up here. You know, people are getting hit. Look at that, we got old girl crying over here. It's a lot that's going on, Cancer. And that's what I'm saying. It feels like there's something here that may be hidden from us that's trying to get to this surface, Cancer. And again, I'm not sure if this is like something you've been sensing from someone else, or something we may be going through, Cancer. But it's something that I do feel like, you know, we want to get some eyes on that for sure. Very interesting energy. I think we're gonna move out of that more. All right, I hope that made sense, Cancer. That was interesting. Let's see if we can get a little bit more on this. Let's see what are some challenges here, because it's either way, Cancer. If this is, whether this is you or this is a person that we're dealing with, I do feel like that let's make sure that we are getting some rest here. You know, with the Four of Swords being here, you know, taking some time, sit under the moon for a little bit. You know, granted we're in a waxing gibbous, but maybe take some time to the, what would this be? This would probably be the, you know, one of the next crescent, Cancer. But you're very interesting energy, Cancer. Let's get some challenges here, as if that wasn't a challenge. Alright, Cancer. So we have the Nine of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands here. And Cancer, it feels like with this Three of Wands, some challenges here is, I feel like there's this energy of here, like how we're going to move forward. You know what I mean? Because the Three of Wands is going on to that next chapter. It's going to that. I mean, I like how she's doing this on this Three of Wands here, because it's just like, normally you see like ships and stuff out here, but it's like she's like manifesting her next direction here. And considering that you've got the Magician here as well, this energy feels like that maybe we've been, it just seems like maybe the map that's been created or something along those lines, maybe the energy that's being poured into here as of late has been, I don't know, Cancer. I feel like you see how she has all these wands down here. It feels like that we've been kind of like, it's like just thinking about a library. It's like, I feel like it's like one of those things that maybe we've been reading this story about ourselves. We've maybe written this one narrative, but it seems like we're like reliving this story over and over again. It's not getting to completion. It's getting to, because you got the judgment card, and then usually that the next card is the world, the closure. But it's like we went from judgment, we were going through a change, and then we reset right back to the beginning. It's like it's that type of energy, and I feel like it's like we're, instead of, it's almost like we're afraid of what comes next, Cancer. Maybe we've even gotten so used, and again, this could be maybe what your person's thinking, and then again, this has had to be in a relationship. This could be maybe someone close to you that concerned enough to notice these things about. And it's just like, how do we get out of that loop? You know what I mean? With the Eight of Cups being here, and it's, because I feel like the one thing to you, Cancer, is really kind of slow down a little bit. I feel like with this Nine of Wands, because Nine of Wands, this is a moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius energy is very optimistic, very but I feel like when going through a challenge, the energies can be a little more, it's like forcing the optimism a little bit, really kind of push the abundance. But it's just like, again, what kind of energy are we channeling into to get that abundance to happen? Because very interesting energy, Cancer. Let me get a little bit more on this Three of Wands here. All right, Cancer. Interesting. Okay. So the Three of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the King of Pentacles here. And I feel like whatever this is, Cancer, I almost feel like that maybe we've made, and listen, it's not to say that this isn't a big challenge here, but it's like how this witch is getting ready to go face this dragon over here. It almost feels like that maybe it's like maybe as soon as, like, I don't know, it's like as the growth gets a little more challenging, it's just like we go back to what's easy, Cancer. It's just like it gets back to that sort of like base level where it's just like it's very fascinating, Cancer. And listen, this is a safe space here, but I do feel that there's something here about getting in a different type of routine, seeing this transformation through here, this Judgment card, because it feels like that this is something, especially with like judgment level type of transformation, where maybe we've been trying to work to get to this state of balance as King of Pentacles for a while, but it almost seems like that maybe we've been kind of maybe just kind of dressing it up with a nice smile, a glass of wine, and a big old thing of cake, Cancer, just trying to. Hmm. Yeah, I hope that makes sense more. Hmm. All right, Cancer. Let's get some. Speaking of Pluto here, let's get some advice from Mars and Pluto. All right, Cancer. All right, Cancer. So the last little bit here. You got the Four of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Nine of Cups here. And let's switch back over, Cancer. Because this is very interesting energy here. Like, it almost feels like with the sun, just with how the secrets and stuff kind of popped out of here, Cancer, and it's interesting, but it feels like that there's some light here that needs to be some sunlight that may need to be kind of like shined on a situation here, because this is it feels like that maybe we're in this place of, again, it just seems like that we're having troubles, maybe we've been working with people on this thing for a while, and again, this, again, this could be or a person you may know. It's like we've been trying to get to this place of where we work, get to that sweet spot, get to this place of a celebration, feeling like Nine of Cups again, really starting to attract that sun energy. But it feels like that it's like when we get to the sun, it doesn't seem like it's like enough or something along those lines. There's like this need for like more or something along those lines, Cancer. Just like let me get a little bit more on the sun, Cancer. Let's get a little more on that before we wrap up here. Okay, so Cancer. All right, here's wifey. Because you got the seven, the sun is clarified by the Seven of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Pentacles here, Cancer. And it feels like with this that we've been... It's, Cancer... It's almost like that we've been in this place of, or maybe we've been working or been involved with someone who's in this place of wanting to keep things kind of bottled up here, just with this Four of Pentacles. They're really trying to keep things kind of safe here. And with the Seven of Swords, like, yes, this is a card of lying and cheating, but it's more so, I feel like that it's like if we tell ourselves enough, kind of like with affirmations, because it's words are powerful, Cancer, and it's like if we tell ourselves enough of a certain thing, I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, then that stuff really gets rooted, Cancer, because you see the Queen of Pentacles. I like this Queen of Pentacles. Her throne is rooted in the ground here, and this is the tricky thing, because look at her. Hubby's just got a cake and wine here. She's the one that's got the coins. She's got the coins, she's got the cash, she's rolling in it. But I feel like it's looking at how our abundance is looking, what we have been accumulating and what that's... I'm not sure, Cancer. This is something that seems kind of withdrawn, and it seems like it's a... I hope that makes sense, Cancer, because there's something here that just feels that it's very interesting. I wish I had more words for that, Cancer, but I think I'm gonna leave it. So I hope that made sense. But I found a little nuggets of wisdom out of that. Give it a thumbs up. And share this, Cancer, if maybe you have been working with someone who's been, and maybe help translate some of this these gaps that I was trying to fill in here. But if you just notice that it just seems like that maybe someone's keeping something maybe kind of bottled up, or saying that they got it all together or something along those lines. They got the perfect home, got hubby here, everything's in this sun, like everything's dandy on the outside here. It seems like but it's like the grass is always greener on the other side, it feels like, with this field, or the sunflowers are always more yellow, Cancer, whatever that's looking like. But very interesting here. But I'm about to get back into your reading. And then subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each week or each day. And then I'm on this meditation app, and if we know someone, maybe this might help. And I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer. And I created a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to post like positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And then as the group grows, I can post different like meditation, like music and maybe healing sounds, things along those lines, and maybe getting stable with the King of Pentacles, or getting your manifesting abundance with the Queen of Pentacles, something along those lines, Cancer. But definitely check that out. And then lastly, since you got your sun placement here, check your sun, your moon, your rising, check your Pluto placement. Why not, Cancer? And then I'm on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do videos weekly there with different themes. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, Cancer, so I can get you out of here. Interesting. So you have the Eight of Wands here, Cancer. In the Eight of Wands, I'm going to get your Oracle card here in a second, but with the Eight of Wands is a card, can be a card of news. It feels like that. It feels like with this card, Cancer, that's whatever this is, whatever this hidden thing, I feel like that if not, and listen, it's not me trying to scare anyone or anything like that. It's just something just to keep eyes on here. But I feel like if this is something where it's like an old, it's like, again, like we've been playing like maybe like a similar type of song, and it's like been the same old type of thing, and it's time to change, with the full new energy here. But I feel like if we can't bring this thing to completion, like the Eight of Cups here, that things, because you see how things, she looks like kind of like the tornadoes kind of got out of control here. It's not that exactly what she'd been wanting to manifest. And when I was talking about with like the affirmations earlier, when I talk about with those, with that, it's like affirmations aren't meant to just like, to be like a necessarily just like a, it's not meant something to take, how do I want to put this, Cancer? Like, not necessarily want to take away from the problem, but it's like, it doesn't make the problems vanish. It just makes them more easier to deal with. Because when we're operating from a higher perspective, from a calmer space, then we can deal with this stuff. But this feels like that it's like a suppression almost. Like and it just feels like that if the energy keeps kind of building up and building up and building up, it's just going to potentially lead to like a tower moment here, Cancer, where it's just like, let me get your Oracle on this. Interesting, Cancer. All right. How funny. Because you got the something to think about if something resonated with you in here. Got the 37th card, which is the Rhodiola card, which is wisdom. And it's ruled by none other than good old Uranus here, the Fool, and where'd the Magician go? And Mercury, the Magician. And so with this energy, Cancer, feel like there's some type of wisdom that's coming from this. If we can find what's keeping this cycle it's like a repeating energy, Cancer, and it's like really getting down to the source. And I mean, how appropriate with the Scorpio energy, if this is something that's resonating with you, it's like something to getting down to like the root cause here, so that we can allow that energy to breathe here, Cancer, to let some plants grow, to let some healing happen here, to let your sunflower field like blossom. But I do feel that, Cancer, there's going to be a change in the way that we're thinking, because Uranus energy is bringing the future, and Mercury is how we think, how we communicate, so very interesting. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cancer, and I hope that made sense. That was think I was in definitely, and I was trying to find something. It's definitely in that Scorpio moon there. So, but you stay safe out there. This research and yeah, be safe at the library, Cancer. I never thought I had to say that, but yeah, definitely be safe at the library. And just like in how we get, maybe caught up in certain things or how maybe certain energies may affect us, Cancer. And while you're doing that, raise your vibration through the roof. The sun is in our sign right now, Cancer. And I feel like this Cancer season has been a real kind of eye-opening one, so far. It's been lovely energy for sure, but definitely a lot of stuff's coming up to the surface here, Cancer, so definitely pay attention to that. Meditate. Where'd you go? You were meditating under the moon in one of these cards here, but meditate under the moon, Cancer. I got to see her I think I got to see her in like the the first quarter phase the other day, and it's always nice to just kind of look up and see her if you can. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.